72 volts, 4,500 watt motors, 65 mile an hour top speed, 10-inch wheels. What could possibly go wrong? It wasn't that long ago when electric scooters were for college students and drunk tourists. Nowadays, manufacturers are just losing their minds. They're making stuff that will make Toretto's Charger look like a wheelbarrow.
It scares the shit out of me.
And the Hyperion is no different. This is Solar's fastest and most expensive electric scooter. It's gonna run you around 3,300 bucks. Now that is still $1,000 less than a Surron Lightbeat, and this is much more powerful. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Solar claims the top speed on the scooter to be 65 miles an hour. So let's test that and see if it's true. All right, let's do a cool little top speed test. Here we go. That accelerates so quickly. 65, 70. There's 90 kilometers an hour. Alright, I saw 98 Ks. That's as fast as I want to go. Woo! Man, that is scary. It feels so wrong going those speeds on something with wheels that big. It feels like you're going against the laws of nature. So this thing definitely has the power, but what else does it come with? As you can see, you're getting front and rear suspension, and the shocks on this I have found are actually pretty decent. And you're also getting about 8.5 inches of ground clearance. So this could actually make a pretty good off-road scooter. Now at the moment, I currently have road tires on the scooter, which is a bit like, you know, ice skating with sneakers. But you can, when you order this thing, get off-road tires, which I kind of regret not doing. So this isn't a really good test. If anything, it's a little bit pointless because I'm just spinning my wheels, but oh god, screw that. I'm gonna eat shit. I'm also noticing a bit of jittering from the rear shock. I don't know if it's a shock or the swing arm or the wheel, but that's not sure how much I like that. You're also getting hydraulic brakes, which were also featured on the Solar FF Lite. That was another scooter I had for a little while, and they were great. I really like the brakes on this. You're also getting an LCD screen that you can see right there. You get a total of 5 riding modes, and you can swap between both motors, front motor and back motor, typical of most scooters. However, because this thing does have such a big battery, it is extremely heavy. Solar claims this weighs about 110 to 120 pounds, but I'd say it feels more like 2 tons. And unless you are a fucking forklift, getting this thing inside of a hatchback without grunting like a tennis player is almost impossible. Jesus. It wasn't too bad before it decided to give me the old haymaker. And one thing that is pretty cool about the Hyperion is that, unlike its competitor, the Wolf King GT, this does fold down into a nice size, whereas the Wolf King gets much longer when you fold it down. All right then, so with that out the way, let's hop on. All right, so I got my Strava going, we'll see how we do. All right, so acceleration is just fucking crazy on this thing. What I like about these hyper scooters is that they can very easily be treated just like normal electric motorcycles, you know what I mean? Because they have all the power, they've got all the street legal stuff on there. You know, the 5.0 isn't gonna give you much shit for riding this thing around. Unless you're popping wheelies and doing weird little stunts for Instagram like the Surron kids are doing, then they'll care. Then you're a criminal. Now, I did mention that this thing does have like a slight speed wobble issue, at least the one that I've been testing, and yeah, it kind of freaks me out. I don't know, it's like even now I'm doing about, I don't know, 35 mile an hour. I can just feel that front getting pretty twitchy on me. Again, I'll probably just have to tighten up those rings, stiffen it up a little bit so that way I'll have a little bit more confidence. I'm also not really a super big scooter guy. I don't really spend a lot of time riding these scooters. Some of them are great. Some of them are perfectly stable. Some of them, especially the really fast ones, I don't know, man, they all feel really sketchy above 50 mile an hour. Every time I go above 45 on scooters like this, I don't know, it reminds me of like the first time you steal chewing gum from the liquor store. You're just waiting for something to go wrong, waiting to get caught out. Mom, if you're watching this, I never stole chewing gum from the liquor store. Now, they claim on the website that this thing can get about 70 miles of range, which is a whopping claim. I am definitely getting more and more comfortable with this thing the more that I ride it. Although, you know, I definitely just grip on for dear life, man. It is a beautiful day to get some speed wobbles and a bit of road rash, though. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing my own accident. And if that does happen, you must all like and subscribe. Alright, so now I'm entering the wonderful town of Mentone. This is kind of like, it's kind of like Redland's fucked up cousin. You know what I mean? 28 years old and rides a BMX bike to a warehouse job. I'm just kidding, guys. If you're from Mentone, relax. All 5 people who are going to watch this video, relax. I can go see a psychic. I wonder if she could have predicted selling my Tesla shares 3 weeks before the election was a terrible idea. Oh, look at that. Nice old house right next to our brand new industrial building. That is the Inland Empire in a nutshell right there. All right, let's go find ourselves something to eat. Wingstop? Hell no. Wing Zone. Ooh, tempting. They have an A&W out here. I've never been to an A&W before. All right. It's always fun climbing on a big scooter like this because you kind of feel like a 10-year-old again, climbing onto like your bigger brother's mountain bike. Oh, shit. That was near death. That was almost a live leak video right there. And then there's Jesus. Baby Jesus is watching over me right there, I swear. All right. Guard it with your life. I know you have cameras in your eyes. Nothing like eating alone in an empty restaurant with a bit of Coldplay playing in the background. Oh yeah. God, that's greasy. I'll tell you what though, man, I enjoyed that burger. That was just exactly the kind of disgusting calories I needed right now. Yeah, although the bacon bits added like a bit of an unusual crunch, it was kind of like eating a sandwich you brought to the beach with you, like when you get that sand in there. All right, and we are back to our starting point. That was fun. That was a good time. So I did 8.9 miles, almost 10, and I'm at half a battery, which actually ain't too bad. As you guys have seen, I've been riding this thing pretty hard, mostly full throttle, in dual motor mode, in back motor mode, and definitely not 70 miles. That's pretty good. So this thing is definitely heavy as hell, coming in at 110 pounds, which is basically what I weighed when I was 16 years old. Yeah, I was a pretty skinny guy. One thing you'll notice is that the Hyperion does not come with a stabilizer, and I thought it was going to, but it didn't. Instead, you get these rings around the base of the stem. Now, this is what you're going to use to stiffen up the ride. And when I got this thing, those rings were on so tight that it completely ruined low-speed handling. It was like, I don't know, playing a racing game with a keyboard. It just didn't work probably at all, so I had to back it up a bunch of rotations in order for it to feel better at lower speeds. Now I have the issue of speed wobbles. Some people like Paul over at ESG, when he tested the scooter, he said he didn't have any speed wobble problems, but I don't know. I definitely am. I probably have to go forward a few more rotations on this to maybe get that feeling right, but either way, man, I would have preferred some kind of stabilizer with the scooter, especially one that goes this quickly. You also have a Bionicle's leg for a kickstand. I've never seen such a robust kickstand on any scooter ever. Not even e-bikes have something that looks like this, man. It's a real work of art as far as the kickstand goes. You also get the typical Tron lights that come on a lot of solar scooters. I picked red because I thought it would suit the silver paint job that I got with the scooter the best. And it does. Looks really great at night. One big compliment I do want to give Solar is the throttle on this thing. It is super smooth. You also have a thumb throttle instead of those really dumb index finger throttles. I hate those, and I'm glad to see that they're kind of disappearing from a lot of the new scooters coming out. However, there are quite a few things on this scooter that I'm not liking so much, and a lot of it just has to do with basic quality control. Like, for example, my Hyperion sticker, which I think looks really sick, is already peeling off, and that happened the day I got this thing out of the box. There's a bit of battery knocking coming from the back, which is once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. The headlight as well was really difficult to put on. You have to install it a very certain way. They really got to pay more attention to quality control on something like this, especially considering how expensive it is.